Fable 31. The Fox and the Tiger. A skillful archer coming into the woods, directed his arrows so successfully that he slew many wild beasts. This put all the denizens of the forest into a fearful consternation, and made them fly to the most retired thickets for refuge. At last a tiger assumed a brave front and courage, and, bidding his companions not to be afraid, said that he alone would engage the enemy, telling them they might depend upon his valor and strength to revenge their wrongs. In the midst of these threats, while he was lashing himself with his tail, and tearing up the ground in anger, an arrow pierced his ribs, and hung by its barbed point in his side. He set up a loud and hideous roar, occasioned by the anguish which he felt, and endeavored to draw out the painful dart with his teeth, when the fox, approaching him, inquired with an air of surprise who it was that could have strength and courage enough to wound so mighty and valorous a beast. "Ah," says the tiger, "I was mistaken in my reckoning, it was that invincible man yonder." Moral. Knowledge is power. Application. A divine law has imprinted on the animal creation an innate fear of man, but the real source of the dominion of man over the beasts of the forest is to be found in his great prerogative of reason. Armed with this high faculty, although of himself the most powerless of all creatures for attack or defense, man is enabled, by his knowledge, science, and invention of weapons of destruction, to obtain an easy mastery over the most powerful and unruly of animals. By the same principle the superiority of one nation over another is indicated and maintained. As the tiger in the fable succumbed to the superior skill of the archer, so in international contests the final victory will remain with that people and country who can bring into the conflict an augmented power in its fleets and armaments. It is to be hoped that the very costliness of war secured by this perpetual invention of new weapons of offense, as the fruits of an ever-increasing advance science, may prove a means of promoting peace, and may make war too expensive a game for the frenzy of peoples or the ambition of kings willingly to encounter. The rulers or nations who boast of a strength they do not possess, and expose themselves unnecessarily to the perils of war, may reasonably expect to pay the penalty of their folly in disaster and national humiliation. Unwisely who provokes an abler foe, conquest still flies him, and he strives for woe.